Hi, everyone. Welcome to the ORKKA Artist Interview, where we give artists the opportunity to tell the story of their musical life in 3 songs. Today, I am sitting here with Roy Tabwa, a commensurate guitarist, vocalist, and songwriter. Roy, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hello, everyone. My name is Roy Tabwa. I love music, and I'm from Cape Verde. The parents from the island of Fogo, Fogo, from Cova Figueira and Ponta Verde. I was born in Angola, and yeah, that was my quick introduction.
Beautiful. So, we can see here that you have quite a collection of guitars. What first led you into music, and specifically, what led you to embrace the guitar as your instrument of choice?
Yeah, so that started very early. Uh, so guitar, let me go to the guitar. So, my interest in music first started at about 5, 6 years old when my father, that works for Câmara Municipal de Oeiras, which is close to Lisbon, and he was on an administrator there. And the mayor of the town gave my father some tickets to go to a a show orchestra, and I think it was around Christmas. So he took me and my family, and I got a chance to see Space Odyssey 2021, full orchestra playing the song as I was walking in, and that was it. It was quite an experience for me, and I was blown away by it. But that was my first experience that I remember that I was touched by music
Mm,
around 5, 6 years old. So
yeah, that's a great one too, because the orchestra in that piece is so just
powerful.
majestic and
Yeah.
absolutely massive.
Yes, it was something else. I
Yeah.
can tell you. 6 years old, feeling the drums,
Yeah.
rest, sounding all around you. You felt
Mhm.
part of the music,
Mhm.
and I was sitting kind of far back, but I still felt that way. Right under my ground, and it was amazing. It was the most amazing
Mm.
experience of my young life at that point.
Mm. So you get started in music with an orchestra experience, but you end up becoming a guitarist.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so how did that begin?
Yeah, so me being part of a big family with my cousins, where every summer I'll go stay in Odivelas with my cousins. So one of my bigger cousins, but the difference of age was about 15 to almost 20. So
Wow.
he was in college, he had a Fender, and I'll go there with his younger brother,
Mm.
which is closer to my age, and I'll grab his guitar. I'll try to learn the chords. I'll ask him how you do this chord, how you do this other chord, and you typically you would be playing some Rolling Stone
Mm.
songs, which is his he was a big fan of Rolling Stones. I think it was Pink Floyd also, and the other one's Beatles. So he was a big rocker. So that was my big initial introduction to guitar.
Well,
Yeah,
it seems like you've amassed quite a collection since
yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah,
Are any of
yeah.
these guitars particularly special to you?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, so I have this one guitar here that I can bring it out here a little bit. So this guitar is by my old friend that passed away, Antero Simas, and I feel like he lended to me, right?
Mm.
He told me, give me the guitar, and told me, hey, this guitar, my friend passed on to me, so I'm passing it on to you for you to play. And Antero Simas, being the great composer that he
Yeah.
is from Cape Verde, he told me that this guitar was played by him in many concerts, and by Cachace from where
Mm.
the guitarist that's very famous in Cape Verde, from an architect, and that this is a good memory from to me to have from Montero especially, and to know the history of this guitar. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it seems like it's a very rooted history.
yeah,
Well, thank you for sharing that with
yeah,
us.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
So, would you be willing to lead us into your first song? So, what is the first song that you're going to share with us today? And what is the story behind the song?
So not long ago, actually, 2024 was the 100 years of Amilcar Cabral, Belgisy, right? So the day of his 100th anniversary, I decided to write a song, and it's called "100 Years of You." If you translate it in English, "100 de Bois," which is I'll play it. Flan, pomorigentes de nos terra, tem que sofrer mais preto valente. Djon, berço de nossa identidade, dor tá doer, mas também tá apertando as tango, quando tá lembra na tempo de fome, de nós gentes. Mas na tempo de claridade, nós poeta inspira na nossa cultura, na nosso mundo crioulo, gentes junta já até liberdade, com esperança na independência, inspirado papel já se na sepultura de nossa identidade, tempo tocou funana nossa africanidade, na sacrifício de um crioulo que dá-se vida para amor, para não poder cantar. Liberdade, 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 liberdade. No vai! Liberdade, 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 liberdade.
Thank you, Roy, for sharing that selection with us. I have been informed that you owned your musical chops through open mic nights in Boston.
Yeah.
So what did the open mic night offer you? What did it teach you?
Yes, yeah. So I had a little bit of stage frightness, and so I can tell you, for the first year, I'll go to the same place for a year without going on stage. Right, I would go there every week, and I was like, try to figure out when is the date it's going to be. Try to prepare. I eventually went there, and I was very nervous. I played the whole song, and then that kind of helped me kind of get over a little bit. It took a while. It probably took about a year to feel like I'm getting a good, I can play live, feel comfortable. And then what I did, not only play there, but I played everywhere that I could for the 7-8 years. So I'll play for about 4 or 5 times a week, anywhere that anybody would call me, say, hey, we have an open mic here and practice. and what the cool thing about this is that then you develop a community of artists that from all different styles, like Brazilian, African, Americana music, and then you just on a car together with all these different people playing guitars that for different styles, and it's pretty cool because just learn it. Speak about one of the things that you learn is, hey, how do you think about music? How do you compose? And just having these conversations, and it's pretty cool because then you actually see a different perspective from hey, that's how I think. Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think your style as an artist has been described as eclectic, and so it makes sense that some of that variety would come from your experience in the forge of open mic nights.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that's absolutely. I think one of the things that actually, the other part also is being Cape Verdean, and being born in Angola, traveling to Portugal, and by naturally Cape Verdean music is so eclectic. It's exposed to we have so many different styles that are influenced by everywhere, and just being flexible. I think being flexible, and then coming to America, and then traveling to Brazil. And just be introduced to all that music there too, and just be introduced to all kinds of music here in the States, which is, that's the other thing in Boston, right? You are here, and you can go to every week you can go to a world music show if you really want to. Like every week you can go to a world music show, and people don't know that. But I'm going to this little bar down the street. They have like a musician from Africa, a musician from South America, or you can drive 3 hours and go to New York and do the same experience. So that's super helpful, and just that way it opens up your mind a little bit. Say, hey, but that's one side of my being influenced by music. The other side is the Cape Verdean musicians that I love. One of them is I really admire Cesaria. The other one is obviously Bonnet, which I grew up listening to. Voz Cabo Verde, Luis Moraes, but more the contemporary ones, right? Mar Andrade is an influence from a perspective of creativity, right? And Orlando Pantera, which has influenced so many, influenced me, of course, and then King Alves in the last 10 years influenced me so much. He really helped me develop musically, artistically. But even before that, my Brazilian teachers, my American teachers in Berkeley, and people that I met in shows that became my teachers, because I would always say I was never afraid of saying, hey, do you have time?
Yeah. Right.
I like to have to take some classes from you. So I will not always be the very annoying guy going up to a musician and say, hey, can we chat a little bit? I'd like to meet with you after when you have time, because I really want to learn how you're thinking about this. So I did that a lot with a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
And it helped me a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you advocated for yourself and for your journey.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you would be willing to tell us a little bit about the second song that you've selected. And to lead us into that.
Yeah. So 2018 was my first only album, right? That for right now I have music that's going to be launched soon enough. But the first song that I put in the album, it's Tempo de Menino, right? And that's a song about where I grew up in Lisbon. I grew up in a neighborhood called Rego, right? Which is majority of the folks there were, they call it retornados. Now, retornados were people that lived in Angola, and because at the time we were still part of the Portuguese colony, right? And we're Cape Verdeans. We were majority all Cape Verdeans. So we were returned, which is, I don't think is the right word. I think it was really refugees, right? Because we didn't have a place to stay. So what we did, we built this shanty place, right? Which is, like a little bit of a favela. It was a favela, right? So in the Brazil term, but I grew up there. And it's really about the story of growing up one day in Rego. And what I used to do when I was a young kid, maybe 7 years old, 8, which is, it's just a story about that. So
wonderful. Excited to hear it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Baixa que tu vais riba, já não faz tanto, sabendo que sai. Para bom dia, nunca tem batuco para o ritmo, na boa compasso, mal longe, se te pergunta pela mãe, que estava para a escola, pomos na costa, e subi cutelo, quando tigari rivara paz castava, na camimoso, então embaixo da matra que eu começo. Então embaixo da matra que eu começo. Então embaixo da matra que eu começo. Virar na socorro, aí um tempo lá vai. Quem faz a escola, quem basta cabelo e cura paz o brasileiro. Tempo lá vai. Quem faz a escola, quem basta cabelo e cura paz o brasileiro. Onde que o tempo vai aí? vai, onde que o tempo vai, macata vem. Onde que o tempo vai, vai, onde que o tempo vai, macata vem. Tempo de menino, tempo de menino, tempo de menino, quando não era traquino, tempo de menino, quando não era traquino, velho traquino, traquino, velho traquino, tempo de menino, quando não era traquino, tempo de menino, quando não era traquino, velho traquino.
Thank you for sharing with us Tempo di Menino. So you mentioned earlier a strong relationship that you've developed with the producer King Alves.
Mhm.
So in terms of your first CD,
Mhm.
obviously that was a collaboration between both of you.
Mhm.
I would love to hear a little bit about the experience that you had in that collaboration, what you learned from King's expertise, and how it's inflected your musical journey going forward.
Yeah. So one of the things that when I met with Keen and I was discussing what I had, the vision, and I played some of the songs. I told him, this is my influences. This will be the sound that I'm looking for. This is the instruments that I'm looking for. And then I gave him one song to record, and so we recorded it. I only could afford one song, so I recorded one song at the time. But then I was very influenced. I loved what he did with it, and I knew I was going to record an album right away. So because I think he did capture what I was trying to do, right? So, and that was the beginning of our relationship, right? One of the things that he did, it's really sometimes what happens, you go to school, music school, and you get a little too much stuck in the theory of the music, and sometimes you have to simplify things. So that's the things that he kind of we spoke about, like, hey man, sometimes less is more, or this works better. Obviously King Alves has been producing for a long time, is one of the greatest musicians of Cape Verde, right? So I gotta listen to him too, and try to definitely get some feedback from him, and just make it better. And that's what I try to do.
Yeah. So speaking of growing, you've been working on another album and more since 2018. So can you talk to us a little bit about what is next for you, and where you're headed?
Yeah. So once the thing, I launched my first album, but I really didn't know the music business, right? So what I did a pause and say, okay, I'm going to record everything that I have. So I recorded almost everything that I have, which end up being 40, 50 songs, right? I recorded all of them, and now I'm trying to figure out what to do with that, right?
Right.
So I have a lot of songs, different styles, different genre. I just did what I like. But now, I feel like as you go through this journey, you become a little more you have a better vision of what you're looking for on the style, and you feel more confident and comfortable with who you are.
So with that, I'll ask you, what is the third song that you're going to share with us to round out this story of Roy Tabwa?
Yeah. So I am married, and I have a wonderful wife and a beautiful son. And about 13 years ago, I had a child. So when he was born, I wrote this song for him. It's called Dashi, which is sweet. Yeah. So here, there you have it. turururu, tururaru, turururaru, tururu. Cresceu, passou de musa. Quanto tempo só me cubo comigo. Que tempo que cada tempo para usufruir de que nos momento. Então escreves música para nos desfrutar. Cresceu, passou de musa. Quanto tempo só me cubo comigo. Que tempo que cada tempo para usufruir de que nos momento. Então escreves música para nos desfrutar no conchinho, na 20, no passa sabe, na 30, na 40, no era 2, no vira 3, cate, cursas, mas sabe nos mundo, que rosto de boy de nós bebê, bubuyo my baby, bebê, bubuyo my baby, bebê, bubuyo my baby, bebê, bubuyo my baby. Turururu, turururu, tururaru, tururaru, tururu, tururu, turururu, turururu, tururaru, tururaru, tururu, tururu.
Thank you so much for sharing Doshi with us, Roy. And thank you for being on the ORKKA Artist interview today.
The pleasure's all mine.
We'll see you all next time on the ORKKA Artist interview. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.